Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Black Clover, Quartet Knights, because we haven't talked about this game in a really long time. Last time around we were analyzing some gameplay on a trailer that came out. After that, there was a trailer that showcased one of the game modes, which was a control point game mode. But during our previous analysis of the gameplay, we had already figured out that was going to be one of the game modes. So when that trailer came out, I didn't think it added too much to what we already knew about it. But this time around, we have a brand new game mode that I totally did not expect it, as well as some gameplay that we can analyze and hopefully learn something new. We're going to do things as we usually do here on this channel. First, we're going to watch the full trailer without pausing it, and then we'll go into some frame-by-frame analysis and see if we can learn some stuff. All right? Let's get started. Alright, here's the new game mode, Treasure Hunt. Basically, each team has to find a key, and then with that key, they have to open a chest. Finding the key gets you a point. Opening the chest with a key gets you 3 points. First to 5 points wins. This is Yami, who is, for the first time, we see some gameplay for this guy. He had been previously announced through a magazine scan, but this is the actual first time we see some gameplay for this guy. Special attack there. Cool, someone's trying to open a chest. There's some luck gameplay. Yep, a lot of projectiles, a lot of fast projectiles. There's a special attack. Some melee as well in the mix. And that's pretty much the trailer. Final pose for Yami. Black Clover, Quartet Knights. 2018, still no more specifics on the release date. Alright, let's get into the analysis. First thing we have is the rules for treasure battle. Now, we've talked about them a little bit while the trailer was running, but here are the full specifics. Grab the key and open your treasure chest. A key will randomly appear on the map, and you have to get it before your opponent does. If you are the first to get the key, you get 1 point, and if you use it to open a treasure chest, you get 3 points. First team to 5 points wins. This already leaves me with some questions hanging in the air. First of all, do you have to be the first team to get the key? Because if you get the key and the other team steals it from you, do you still get the 1 point? Or do you you're just fighting for the treasure chest at that point? You know, specifics like that, I think we're gonna have to wait until the game comes out, or a few more trailers so we can analyze it further. It's a 4v4 type of game, something we already knew from previous trailers and previous scans as well. This is a multiplayer-focused game from the looks of it. Don't know if there will be a story mode or if this is a Shinobi Striker kind of deal where it's really multiplayer-focused, if there's no single player at all. That's one of the things I'm actually curious about. I'd love to learn more about the single-player content or if there's any cooperative style of gameplay. For now, all we have is PvP, and all we have is 2 game modes, the control points, and now this one, Treasure Hunt. Alright, we start with some Yami gameplay. Now, this might be the first time a lot of you guys are watching actual gameplay for this game. And this game is sort of a third-person shooter with some abilities and melee attacks in the mix. So you will always see this reticle at the center of your screen because most of the characters are actually ranged characters. This is a world of magic, so a lot of the characters will just be shooting projectiles for most of the time. So this reticle will always be here. Now, the character we're seeing, Yami, I do believe he is more of a melee type character. He's not going to have a lot of projectiles outside of his special attacks because his fighting style is based on his sword a lot. He might throw some darkness, like some darkness slashes that travel at a distance or something. But his main style is probably just going to be a melee style. As far as the user interface goes, we've got the points for each team at the top. The left side of your screen shows the health and mana of everyone in your team, and also your own health and mana. Now, there is an extra gauge right above your own portrait that shows, in this case, Noelle. It has the picture of Noelle right above Yami. Don't really know what that is. Interesting to see. Maybe we can learn more about it in this trailer, maybe not, but let's keep that in mind for now. On the bottom right side of the screen, we see Yami's abilities, which are on the buttons on the back of the controller. Above the R2 ability, there's a number, and hopefully we can figure out what that is before the end of this trailer. Confirming a little bit what we were talking about, Yami's playstyle is very focused on melee attacks, as we see him here attacking Magna and Gausha. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I haven't watched Black Clover in a long time. Kind of fell off that show. Gausha seems to make a clone of himself. That might be sort of a defensive ability, like a substitution jutsu or whatever. But I never got far enough in the anime to know what Gausha's abilities are all about. So maybe someone in chat knows what this is all about. Also, this might be a placeholder, but right at the center of the screen, we see something pop up that says defeated Magna. So that's sort of your kill feed right there. It looks bad. It looks really bad, so it might just be a placeholder, and I can think of a couple of other places where it could show up. For instance, the top right corner of the screen. It is actually there, and that's probably a feed that is available to all players. This one in the center is probably just available to you to let you, the player, know that, oh, you're done with this guy, you can move on to the next. There's some good feedback type stuff, but this font and this color, it needs some work probably. Up next, we have a special attack from Yami. It's like they're really focusing on this character, showcasing him as good as possible. He lunges forward, he lands this attack, there's a bunch of darkness around him, and it seems like there's a projectile that leaves his sword and travels directly in front of him as well. He catches 3 characters here, they take some serious damage. And something interesting that also happens is, as he's doing this attack, if you notice the portrait above his own portrait, like his secondary portrait, let's call it that, he gains an item that looks like, I don't know, a bomb or something that you can use with the square button. So yeah, maybe there are item pickups throughout the map that will give you the upper hand in combat as well. Now, I actually missed something already right before that special attack while we were doing the melee attacks right here. You remember that number above the R2? So as Yami is doing melee swings, that number is going down. So he goes to 4, he swings again, it goes to 3, and he kills Magna, and it stays at 3. So that R2 attack might get stronger or weaker depending on how many swings he has. Or on the other hand, the R2 might actually just be the basic attack. It might just be him slashing the sword, and when it gets to 0, he has to wait for it to recharge, and he has to do something else in the meantime. Now, during the special attack bit, there's a new element on the HUD right at the top. It shows 29 and 0 for the enemy team, and another icon in the middle that I'm not too sure what this is all about. Again, this is another mechanic that I think we're gonna have to wait and see. Again, new mechanics that we know nothing about. In this shot, Magna is gonna throw some range attacks right there. He's gonna miss that, so you do have to manually aim every single range attack you have. Yami, on the other hand, is gonna activate an ability. It's the L2 ability. This looks like a shield, and the shield is depleting as Magna attacks it. So it's it works a little bit like Reinhardt's shield, I would say, probably. It has a fixed amount of health points that you can deplete over time. Yami's gonna be very tanky thanks to this ability for sure. This next shot is a bit confusing. There's a lot going on here, a lot of range attacks going back and forth. The interesting thing here is Mimosa. Now, Mimosa is mainly a healer in the anime, so I fully expect her to be a healer in the game as well, but she's on the opposing team, and you can see her ability here gets attached to Yami. So she might have a damaging component as well. As you can see, Yami is taking damage here, and he's not being attacked by anyone else other than Mimosa. So Mimosa will be able to deal damage as well as heal teammates. Kind of a mix of heal and damage, a bit like Moira. Reminds me of Moira in Overwatch. We then switch characters from Yami to Magna, and Magna has this big message on the top of the screen. An enemy has the magic key. Defeat the key holder and stop them from getting the treasure. So it seems that as soon as the enemy team gets the key that spawns randomly on the map, your team will get this big message and you will know what they are going for right away. Magna, of course, has another set of abilities, another set of numbers above his abilities. So yeah, it seems like each character is going to work very, very differently. Big tornado in the middle, suspect that is Yuno, and then as you activate Magna's special ability, because Yuno's is already active, it seems like a combo attack is about to happen. And the game recognizes this. As you throw the fireball into the tornado, a special effect might happen, but we don't know if that's the case or not, because in the very next frame it changes scene. I would love to see that tornado bust up in flames, just recognizing, oh, these two abilities together, they make this new effect. That would be very cool. I mean, the portraits showing up together, that's already pretty cool on its own. That recognizes that this is a combo attack, but if the attack itself changes properties, then that is some epic stuff. This next shot shows a battle over the treasure. See, most of the enemy team is over there. Yami's team, actually, with luck, Asta. Noelle, I don't see her, but yeah, Magna is being Magna, throwing fireballs from afar, and we can see the number on his R2 ability going down as he throws some fireballs. So I think that kind of supports our initial theory, just like with Yami, that the number above the R2 ability is the number of attacks you can unleash before you have to stop and let it cool down. Especially because these R2 attacks don't seem to deplete any mana, so you would be able to spam them as you please. I understand why there is some sort of limitation there. We have another special attack by Magna, throwing that perfect pitch, blowing everybody up. And we switch characters once again. This time we go over to Luck. Now, we speculated in the past that Luck would be a mix of a melee character and a ranged character, and that's awesome because we've already seen Yami, who is a melee-focused character. We've already seen Magna, who is a ranged-focused character. So now it's great to see Luck as a mixed-type character. So we start with some double jumping action right there. Turns around, sees Mimosa. He has these very fast projectiles that he can fire. Again, that's the R2 ability. You can see the number counting down. It seems the maximum number is 30, so after shooting 30 projectiles, which is a lot, he has to wait for a cooldown. This seems to be a special. He gets the claws, he gets the feet, and jumps into the middle of a team. And there's all sorts of particle effects. This seems to be a big AoE type of attack. On the following shot, we see the actual key, and we see Luck getting the key right here. Get the message on screen, avoid enemies, and get the treasure. So now Luck, let's try to get the treasure. There's some fighting going on. Let the teammates handle it. Double jump action into the treasure. Open it up. Score the points. And of course, there's a huge team battle, but Luck was able to get it. 4 points in total, 1 for the key, 3 for the treasure chest. So, in short, this seems to be, because I have a lot of people that came to this channel for Shinobi Striker, I think the comparison to Shinobi Striker is pretty easy to make. Multiplayer focused, you have your abilities on a cooldown. It's a 4v4 type of multiplayer game, but the main difference from Shinobi Striker here is that it's not melee focused. When you press square and triangle on Shinobi Striker, you're going to be doing melee combos. There are ranged abilities on cooldowns and stuff, but here, even the basic attacks seem to be ranged for most characters. Obviously, there will be exceptions like Yami and Asta for sure, but the core gameplay seems to be focused more on a third-person shooter style of game. Now, all of the abilities seem sort of limited. You either need to reload or wait for a cooldown to expire to be able to shoot magic again. So unlike Shinobi Striker, you can't just spam square forever, you can't just do melee attacks whenever you feel like it. Even your basic attacks need to be managed. Very cool stuff. I think we all learned something from this gameplay trailer. And now I'd love to know if you guys are optimistic, if you guys are excited about Black Clover Quartet Knights. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you want to check out our previous gameplay analysis for Black Clover, check out this video right here. If you're in the mood for something else, there's also the video at the bottom. But as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.